The referee blows the whistle. It's 0-0, extra time done, same score. All and before anyone says anything, before the broadcast cuts to the studio, your body already knows what's next. Your hands go cold, your chest gets tight, you shift in your seat, look at the door, look back at the screen. You do the thing where you calculate whether you can go to the kitchen and come back without missing anything. You know you can't. You sit there anyway, already dreading what you haven't seen yet. Penalty shootout. You've watched hundreds of games. Injury time winners, red cards, relegation battles decided on the last day of the season. You've sat through 0-4 defeats at home. You've watched your club sell the one player you actually believed in. You've handled all of it badly, but you've handled it. But this, you cover your eyes. You peek through your fingers. You mute the TV and then immediately unmute it. You leave the room and walk straight back in. You've probably told yourself, that's just you being dramatic. It isn't. What happens to your body during a penalty shootout is not a reaction to a football match. It's a threat response. The same biological system that evolved to keep your ancestors alive when something was trying to kill them is now fully activated because a man in shorts is walking toward a white circle on a patch of grass. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Heart rate goes up. Muscles tense. Your attention locks onto the screen and stops processing anything else. In every measurable biological sense, you are preparing to either fight something or run from it. From your sofa, a 2020 study published in the journal Stress and Health measured cortisol in the saliva of fans watching Brazil at the 2014 World Cup, including the Chile game that ended in a penalty shootout. Well, the stress hormone your body produces in genuinely dangerous situations showed up. In fans sitting in a viewing area, watching a screen with no physical threat anywhere near them, the researchers tested their saliva before the game and during it. The levels changed measurably. Your body is treating this like a threat. That's not a figure of speech. In your premotor cortex, the part of your brain that coordinates movement, there are neurons that fire when you perform an action. You kick a ball, they activate. But they also fire when you watch someone else kick a ball. About a fifth of them. They don't fully separate between doing and watching. These are called mirror neurons, and they were found almost by accident in the early 1990s when a team of Italian researchers had electrodes monitoring a macaque monkey's premotor cortex. They were tracking which neurons fired when the monkey reached for food. Then one of the researchers reached for something in the room, and the same neurons fired in the monkey's brain. The monkey wasn't moving, it was watching. Same neurons, same activation pattern. Evidence since then suggests the same thing happens in humans. When you watch a penalty taker step up to the spot, part of your premotor cortex doesn't process, I'm watching this. Part of it processes, this is happening to me. That's not a metaphor. Your brain runs a partial simulation of the action it's observing. The body gets a version of the signal, which means when the keeper goes the wrong way and the ball comes back off the post, the jolt you feel isn't only emotional, it's partly motor. Your body had already started preparing for an outcome that didn't come, something fired that had nowhere to go. Think about what that means across a full shootout. 5 kicks, 5 buildups, 5 times your nervous system starts running that simulation, heart rate rising, muscles tensing, attention narrowing before a single boot has touched the ball. You're not watching 5 penalty kicks, you're taking them. A penalty shootout isn't one high-stakes moment. It's 5 of them spaced out across 20 minutes with pauses long enough for your nervous system to partly settle and then ramp straight back up 5 times. And your body doesn't prepare at the moment of the kick. It starts before. The buildup is the problem, not the event. Watch someone next time, watch them during the walk. The penalty taker picks up the ball, places it on the spot, takes a few steps back. That walk takes maybe 15 seconds. 15 seconds where your heart rate is already climbing. Your hands are already in front of your face. It's time and nothing has happened yet. The goalkeeper hasn't moved. The ball hasn't been touched. Your body has already decided this is a crisis. Researchers at Bielefeld University tracked heart rate data from 229 fans during a German Cup final in 2025. Stadium fans averaged 94 beats per minute during the match. TV viewers averaged 79. The peaks weren't only at goals. They came in the seconds before a decision landed. The wait before the keeper dives, before the ball crosses the line. That pattern makes sense once you understand what anticipatory arousal actually is. Your brain doesn't wait for a threat to arrive before responding to it. It starts preparing the moment it identifies that something uncertain and high stakes is coming. The uncertainty itself is the trigger, not the outcome, the not knowing. You feel the anticipation harder than the event itself. That's why you leave the room. You're not avoiding the kick. You're trying to escape the buildup. Your brain has already registered that something bad might happen. It's also decided that not seeing it might be, on some level, preferable to watching it. But it can't fully commit to that because this matters too much to miss. So you cover your eyes and look through the gap between your fingers. That's not an embarrassing habit. It's a partial avoidance response. The logic, as far as your nervous system is concerned, is this. Less visual input means the simulation your brain is running gets less intense. You're not trying to avoid the outcome. You're trying to reduce how physically real the moment feels while it's unfolding. The problem is you can't do both at once. You can't stay informed and stay protected, so you do neither properly. Hands up, fingers open, watching through the crack. It's your nervous system trying to negotiate with itself and failing in both directions. The strangest part is that how hard you feel all of this has almost nothing to do with the actual game in front of you. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that identifies threat and triggers the stress response, doesn't know you're on a sofa. It knows the stakes feel enormous. It processes the full emotional weight of the moment. Years following this club, what this result would mean for the table, the specific player walking up for the fourth kick, the last time this happened, and how that ended. And it responds to all of that, not to what is physically happening in the room. There is no predator. Nobody near you is in danger. But the threat your brain is responding to is real in every sense that matters to it, which is that losing the shootout would genuinely wreck something for you. And I know what you're thinking. That's just how sport works. That's just what being a fan is. Except the degree varies and the variance matters. The fans who feel it hardest during a penalty shootout aren't the most anxious people in general. The same 20 study that measured cortisol at the World Cup found this. The fans whose stress markers climbed the most were the ones with the strongest identity fusion with their team. Not just the biggest fans, the ones for whom my team and me had stopped being two separate things. The ones who feel a win as something that happened to them, not for them. Who say we won when they were home, alone watching on a laptop. That specific merger, your identity and the club's identity becoming one thing, is what your nervous system is protecting when the shootout starts. It's not protecting your physical safety. It's protecting the version of yourself that is tied to this result. The more completely you made this club part of who you are, the harder your body works when the club is under threat. Nobody explained that trade-off when you were 8 years old and picked a team, but that's what you signed up for, which is why telling yourself to calm down doesn't work. You're not panicking over a game. You're panicking over a piece of yourself that's currently standing on a penalty spot, about to find out if it survives. The next kick is about to happen. Your hands go up. You don't look away. You watch through the gap.